One of the many dilemmas of people who want to buy cars in Kenya is the aspect of budget. Like if you have a budget of 1.2 million to 1.5, what should you buy? Most people don't really want to buy small cars, and that is why in this video I'm going to try and give you some of the alternatives, some of the cars you can buy with a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 million, considering the current market prices of cars in Kenya. But before we continue, please do me a favor, please like the video. That is a way of supporting this channel and other people will get to see this video. Thank you. Let us start the video. The first car that is not so small that you can put your money in the budget of 1.2 to 1.5 is what we call the Nissan Sylphy. Nissan Sylphy is one of the cars that is really underrated. This car is well designed. Actually, there are two variants of Nissan Sylphy. That is the 1800cc, the Japanese variant. Then you get the Singaporean variant, that is 1.6 or 1600cc. All these cars are linked to CVT transmissions. And one thing that is so awesome about the Nissan Sylphy is that the design is very, very unique, and it gives you that feeling of having a bigger car or a better car on a budget. So yes, in terms of fuel consumption and reliability, Nissan Sylphy is more reliable than the previous Bluebird model that was there before 2012. So if this is a car that you want to put your money on, and in terms of pricing, it will cost you about 1.2 to 1.3 million depending on the year of manufacture. That is from 2014. So yes, you can put your money on a Nissan Sylphy and you'll enjoy. The interior is very nice. The next car that you can buy with a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 is not so big, but it's not so small. It is the Honda Fit Hybrid. Honda Fit Hybrid has good stories to tell. In fact, this is one of the most fuel efficient cars that you can get in Kenya today. Actually, the demand of Honda Fit has really seen the price of this particular unit go up very rapidly. As at last year, that was 2021, the Honda Fit Hybrid was being sold for about 950 up to 930. Today in Mombasa, the 1500cc Honda Fit Hybrid is being sold for 1 million to 1.1 million. The idea of this car is that it gives you good fuel economy, and this is the only car that can give you up to 34 up to 35 km per liter in the category of small cars. So don't just look at it as a small car, but look at it as a car that is giving you comfort, a car that is really going to give you good fuel economy, and at the same time the interior build quality of Honda Fit is on another level. It's very comfortable and you get a good cockpit. The next car that you can buy for a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 million is the Mazda Axela. Actually, Mazda Axela, we have quite a number of variants. There's the 1500cc, which is petrol. You get 2 liter, we get 2.2 liter. So the Mazda Axela, the 1500cc, is the car that you can buy with a budget of 1.5 or 1.45 because that's the current market price for 2014 models. This is one car that is designed on the Mazda's Kodo design. That is also seen in the Mazda Demio or the Mazda CX-5. So yes, this is one car that has been appealing to both men and women equally in Kenya. So yes, you want to put your money on it because this car competes with the likes of Toyota Auris, Golf MK7, Audi A3 and Subaru Impreza. But something so special about this Axela is that it is available in sedan and also the sports or the hatchback. I love the hatchback because it gives me that masculine look. But for people who really love the sedan, yes, you can also put money on the sedan. This car will cost you between 1.45 to 1.55. The next car that you can put your money on with a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 is what we call the Toyota Auris. Let me speak about Toyota Auris for a minute. Auris is available in 2000cc, 1800cc and 1500cc, with the common units in Kenya being 1800cc and 1500cc. There's a manual transmission Auris. I talked about it before. There's the 1500cc, which is auto transmission. So then if you want to really have a budget with the Auris, this is one car that the price has really gone up and people are not really able to afford Toyota Auris now. The reason as to why, the supply of cars in Japan reduced when Corona kicked in, and therefore even in Japan, if today you ordered a car, you know in Japan they order new cars mostly. So if you order Auris today, you may have to wait for 1.5 years, that is like 2 years before you get your car. So people are not selling their cars, and used cars are not really a priority to ship right now in Japan. So Toyota Auris would cost you 1.5 right now, 1.45 thereabout. This is for a 2014. And if I have to import for you a Toyota Auris now, be ready to spend over 1.55 million to get a good unit. The next car that you can buy for a budget within 1.2 to 1.5 is this car that we call the Subaru Impreza, or the Subaru Impreza as we call it from where I come from. The Subaru Impreza is available in sedan or the sports version, and the sedan is the Subaru G4 that I've really done a review on. Check it out in the channel. This is one of the amazing cars that will give you the symmetrical all-wheel drive. The symmetrical all-wheel drive is a special kind of all-wheel drive system that is really employed by Subaru in most of its streams, like the Forester and Legacies. Every other model of the Subaru has the symmetrical all-wheel drive. Apart from that, you get this sporty look, and Subaru Impreza is one of the most affordable cars that you can really buy. However, on the door side of the Subaru Impreza is that it has very terrible ground clearance, and therefore if you are going to buy a Subaru Forester and you're really going to a place with bumps and you're going up country, Subaru Forester without raising the center of gravity or the ground clearance will be very terrible. Subaru Impreza will cost you about 1.35 to 1.45. Remember, these are 2014 cars, and remember, most dealers right now are exhausting the stock for 2014, and therefore we are importing 2015 models. So the prices that I've mentioned in this video are bound to change. The next car that you can put your money on if you have a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 is what we call the Nissan Tiana. This list is really full of Nissan. The Nissan Tiana is not a new kid on this particular block. Actually, Nissan has been offering some of the affordable cars which are well built, reliable. Apart from the CVT issues, we really realized that if there's any car manufacturer that really gives the consumer or the buyer value for their money, then it is Nissan. After you bought the Sylphy, you can still afford to buy the Nissan Tiana that is available in 2500cc and the 2000cc. The Tiana XC, that is the improvement that has come from 2.5 to 2000cc, is very nice. It has been built to a level of Mercedes. Maybe if you get there and you get into a Mercedes C180, I'm just kidding, don't really crucify me, but that is the truth. The Nissan Tiana is very comfortable, the build quality is on another level, and the interior is top notch. So you can buy this car if you have a budget of 1.3 to 1.45 and still remain with change. But something I wanted you to remember is that when you have a budget of 1.5 for a car, that one means that the actual money that you can spend on a car is about 1.3, because remember, when you buy a car, there's the aspect of insurance, there's the aspect of doing the service for the car, and things like maybe footing some other expenses that come with the car. So yes, when you have that budget, please bring it down. So if you have a budget of 1.2, it means the most comfortable amount that you can spend on a car is about 1.1 or 1050. So never really plan with the actual amount, the total amount that you want to really use to buy the car. The other car that you can buy for a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 is what we call the Toyota Spade. Toyota Spade is not so small and it's not too big, though if you look at a Toyota Spade, you look at it from the angle of Toyota Porte. Many people have a problem with the controversial, I call it the controversial design. Many people don't like how the shape is, and it looks very funny. But yes, if your problem is just to own a car to move from one point to the other, if you don't have a problem with the shape, Toyota Spade is one of the cars that you can put your money on. The Spade is available in 1300cc and 1500cc, and I can tell you for free, if there's one spacious car that is very practical with good accessibility and legroom, it is the Toyota Spade. Right now, Toyota Spade will cost you about not even one, it is the Toyota Spade. Right now, Toyota Spade will cost you about 880 to 850 or there are 900 thereabout, depending on the year of manufacture. But remember, we are talking about cars from the 2014 models onwards. The next car is one car that is very controversial that you can put your money on, and people are really talking about this car, and I don't like how people are talking about it. This one car that is hated for no reason, and that car is the Nissan Juke. The Nissan Juke has very aggressive design, and if you see the Nissan Juke of 2022, you cannot really look at it from the point of the Nissan that is the 2014 Nissan Juke. So much design improvement has gone into making the Nissan Juke 2022 to an all new level. So yes, the banters and everything that you've been saying about the Nissan Juke does not really stand the test of time. You just have to realize that the fog lights or the headlights of the Nissan Juke are the signature design that cannot really go away any soon. So even if you see the Nissan Juke 2014, 2015 and you see the Nissan Juke 2022, chances are that headlight is still the way it was, but with a few tuning here and there. So Nissan Juke will cost you around, that is the 2014 model, 1.35 to 1.45 right now on the higher side, so it is still within the budget. Any other car that you can buy for a budget of 1.2 to 1.5 is what we call the Toyota Axio. Toyota Axio has been there with us for the longest time. Actually, Toyota Axio and Toyota Fielder, those are same cars. We've said this severally in our videos. And if you are to pick a Toyota Axio in 2022 as a Kenyan who is very conscious about fuel prices, I'd say without a doubt that you should pick the Toyota Axio Hybrid. Why am I saying this? Because you have to be conscious about the fuel consumption. Toyota Axio Hybrid would give you good fuel economy of up to 30 km per liter, and this has been proved by people who bought Toyota Axio, and therefore you should not really just put your money on the normal Axio, the internal combustion engine Axio. Of course, when you're going to buy a Toyota Axio Hybrid, you have to look at the mileage, and if you're going to pick a Toyota Axio, pick a mileage that is below 80,000 for the longevity of the battery. I think that one makes sense. But please, the next car that you can put your money on, they call it the car for wazee, like car for big. Vijana don't like this car, like young people don't like the car that we are going to mention. That is the Toyota Fielder. This is a car that would cost you now between 1.35 to 1.45. Toyota Fielder will cost you about 1.35 or 1.3 to 1.45, even up to 1.55 depending on the grade. Remember, we have different grades of Fielder. We have the Fielder, the basic entry grade, that is the Fielder. We have the G grade. We have the Fielder Hybrid, we have the Fielder Hybrid WXB, we have the Fielder Hybrid non-WXB. Actually, the difference between WXB and the non-WXB is that the WXB has special kits, like the body kit is just special. Also, it comes with specific alloy wheels. It also packs half leather seats and also comes with the steering controls and reverse camera, and you get the spoiler at the back. Those are some of the differences that really differentiate between the normal Fielder and the WXB. So, apart from the cosmetics between the WXB and the normal Fielder, there's no any other difference that makes it a bit. So, it is just for the looks for the WXB. So guys, those are some of the cars that are not too small but are not too big. You can put your money on with a budget of 1.2 to 1.5. Let me know. There's quite a number of cars, but I tried to really pick. In Honda, we only have those ones. In Mazda, we only have Axela. So those are some of the cars that you can put on. But what you realize is that in this list, if you want to really buy good cars, not so small, you have to really look at Nissan as a brand. You'll get some good cars within a good budget. Thank you for watching the video. If you made it to this point of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. And please, if you have not liked the video, like the video so that other people can get to see the video. Until next video, cheers.